Zohra runs Halal Gems, the UK's leading halal dining platform. Their apps have reached the top 10 on both the App and Play Store in several countries. She produces and presents a TV show in the UK, The Curious Foodie, on British Muslim TV, Sky Channel 845. Zohra's passion is transparency in the food chain, and she encourages people to ask, "What's in my food?" Her background is in strategy and innovation across the telecoms, media, technology, entertainment, and non-profit sectors. Zohra holds an MBA from Cambridge University and lives in London, England.
Assalamu alaikum, everybody. I'm going to try and do all of this at the same time. My name is Zohra Khaku, and today I thought I would introduce one of my favorite food writer, Michael Pollan's books called Food Rules. He's got this whole book, and his main rule goes like this. It goes, eat food, mostly plants, not too much. So I'm going to explain just 5 of these rules today in the next 5 minutes. Just a little quick thing though, you might find the images in this presentation a little bit distressing, especially if you're fasting. I'm sorry, but there's only about 15 minutes to go, so hopefully we'll be okay. So, the first one, shop at the peripheries of the supermarket and stay out of the middle. So in general, if you close your eyes for a second and think about a supermarket, you'll find that all the things that have got high fructose corn syrup and things like that are in the middle, and you've got the dairy, the fresh produce, the fresh bread, the fresh meat, all on the edges. So a quick tip from him is shop on the outside of the supermarket as much as you can. There you go. It's pretty much universal, the US and the UK. That's generally what you find in the middle. Next one, eat only foods that will eventually rot. Now this sounds a little bit strange, but if you think about it, real food is alive, which means it should die at some point. And evolution-wise, we compete for calories and food for nutrition with things like fungi, bacteria, insects, even rodents. And if you think about it again, if another animal doesn't want to eat what you're eating, why are you eating it? So just keep that in mind. These rot, this will eventually rot, even fruit for sure. Everything you eat for breakfast pretty much, except cereals maybe, even ice cream will rot. Just think about that when you're eating next time. The third one is from the mostly plants section, which is treat meat as a flavoring or as a special occasion food. So vegetarians are generally more healthy than carnivores, but flexitarians, people who eat meat maybe once or twice a week, are just about as healthy as vegetarians. And really that's the kind of place we're trying to aim for. If you're Muslim and you live in the UK, you're likely to eat meat at 2 or 3 meals a day. Just think about that for a second. That's a lot of meat. It's not good for your body. It's why we all die of heart disease. And it's not good for the environment. It's one of the leading contributors to all the climate change things that we see is rearing cows, which is not good for us. Next one. I'm going to read this one a little bit slowly. So, eating what stands on 1 leg, this is a Chinese proverb, is better than eating what stands on 2 legs, which is better than eating what stands on 4 legs. So let's go through that a little bit slowly. Eating what stands on 1 leg, things like plants and mushrooms, is better than eating what stands on 2 legs, like fowl, which is better than eating what stands on 4 legs, like this cute little lamb who doesn't want to die. The last one, stop eating before you're full. So there are lots of different traditions. In the great food traditions, in the Ayurvedic Indian tradition, it's 75%. They recommend you stop eating at about 75%. In the Chinese tradition, it's about 80%. And in the Japanese tradition, it's about 80%. In the Chinese tradition, it's about 75%. And we all know the hadith from the Prophet, which says that your belly should be 1/3 food, 1/3 water, and 1/3 air, exactly, empty. So the big thing to remember on this one, really, about stop eating before you're full, is not to think about whether you are full, but whether your hunger has gone. So maybe when we're eating our iftar tonight, think about that for a second. It probably comes a few bites earlier. Stop eating when your hunger is gone, as opposed to when you are full. And hopefully you will have a bit less of looking like this, which I know happens in Ramadan. That's it from me, just a quick one. If you're ever looking for a halal restaurant, please do download the app, Halal Gems. And we've also got a free street food festival coming up on the 28th and 29th of July. It's London's only street food festival, and it's fully halal and alcohol free with lots of activities for the kids. So please come by. We'll see you then. Thank you.